I don't have the confidence that I need. But that's two different things. It's two different ends of the spectrum. Because to not feel worthy doesn't mean I'm not going to get out and do what I know that I'm able to do.
Right.
Not being worthy doesn't mean that I'm not going to pick up and start writing these 1,500 words or 5,000 words so that I can produce something that's going to help somebody else. So I got out of that process of saying, okay, you know what, I lack confidence. I don't have confidence. To understand that I have to understand my worth. I have to understand that even if 90% of the people don't agree with, you know what, I needed to hear your voice. I needed to hear that chapter in that book. I needed to get up and do that thing that I could never do. For me, going to school was like a no-brainer. But I hear people all the time say, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't go back to school. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be getting this degree. Like, oh, it's like nothing. It's like, okay, I'm going to go to school because I like to finish things. So I get excited when I talk about things like this because I've had to learn who I am. I had to learn my value in Christ. I had to learn my worth in Christ. I had to learn my identity in Christ. And when I did that, I began to feel like I'm confident to do anything. I can explore the world. I can go after the world and be a part of it. And I used to think that, okay, if I was this person who went out there and started being in the spotlight, like I had to hold myself back from writing and speaking because I felt like if I was in the spotlight, that was a negative thing. But now I'm learning that the more I grow, the more that God makes me develop, as the more he leads me into that path that he wants me to walk. I'm going to be out in front of people because I have to reach that one person that's out there in that audience, that one person that's listening to our conversation that's saying, you know what, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in this difficult situation that I can't get out of. But just having that confidence to say, you know what, I got this. Even if I don't do it the way other people want me to do it. Even if in my mind, when I'm done, I failed, at least I had the confidence to get out and try it.
Absolutely.
So, do you feel like jittery spirits in your stomach and in your gut and all that when you have to push yourself to do something that you're not used to?
Always. And at first, I thought it was just butterflies, but somebody told me that it's happy butterflies. So it's not nervous all the time. It's like it's your confident butterflies. It's your stomach telling you or your gut telling you this is what you're supposed to be doing. Just breathe, take your time. That's how I have to look at it sometimes. But it's always that thing that's pushing you to over your comfort zone that pushes your confidence because it's not only about you, and that's sometimes what a lot of people think, and that's why they don't feel so confident because they feel like it's only them in the situation, but you are helping somebody else that didn't feel ready for it and they weren't confident enough, so you are inspiring somebody else.
Yes. So what I want to do now is kind of shift gears a little bit. We have a few minutes before we go on break, and what I want to do is just toss out some words between the two of us that we think of when we think of confidence and confident building, because the name of our show is Confident Building. So let's just bounce some words off of each other. We can play on it how we believe, but for the next 2 minutes, let's talk about confident building. When I think of confident building, I think of the feeling of being loved.
When I think of confident building, I think of a movement.
I like it. When I think of confident building, I think of moving away from the feeling of being rejected and accepting those who accept me.
I think of inspiring a new generation.
I love it. You pinpoint and you just like there. But that's awesome. When I think of confidence, I think of success.
That's a good one. I think of a new person because your confidence is creating a new version of yourself.
Yeah, I like that too. Girl, you could just host the show by yourself. But when I think of confidence, I think of the extreme level of faith.
That's really good. That's really good. So with the minute we have left, when I think of confidence, I think of empowerment.
I love it. So as we prepare to go on our break, I want to just encourage you to think of some of those things where you're going to be built up and your confidence is going to grow to another level. Those things that you have faced in life, those things that you have not or you have yet to see develop in your life. When I think of confidence as I end and we prepare to close on this part of the segment, I think of community building, not being
Absolutely.
left in a place of doing it by myself, but bringing other people on so that we can prosper. So as we go on break, I just want to encourage you to be encouraged because there's a song that says that we are to encourage ourselves.
Mhm. All right, guys. So we are on a break. Oh, what did I do? Okay, there's something wrong. But we are on a break, so I'm gonna read some of the comments. And we are on YouTube right now, Instagram, and Facebook.
Oh,
What's wrong?
Everything you're looking for showing up right here.
oh,
So if you wanna let us know right now in the comments, what is one word that you think about when you think of confidence building? And we are the Encouragers, and we are here every Saturday, 4 to 5 p.m. We do not own the rights to this music, but you can definitely catch it on She's a Boss Radio Network and listen to this 24-hour radio station. All right, so how is everybody doing? It is Saturday. It is 4:16. There's no rain outside. What are you guys up to? Put this down. All right. So this is the first time that we are back in the station in a while. So we gotta get used to the different devices because we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and Periscope, TuneIn.com, um, Alexa. We're all over, so catch us. We are the Encouragers on She's Boss Radio. All right, guys. I should now be on my. Let me play this back. I'm gonna go take my seat because we have like a minute left for this break. But we will catch back in with you guys in a little bit. Okay.
Huh? Huh?
Okay. And we are back to the encouragers, everyone. So before we left, we talked about some words that we think of when we think of encouragement, but confidence building. And we talked about community, encouragement, confidence. There are so many words that you think of when you think of confidence. So let us know in the B Lounge, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, in the comments, what do you guys think of when you think of confidence? So we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone.
So, one thing that we do on our show, and we're just going to take a little break from talking about confidence building, and we're going to talk, bring everybody up to speed with what we do while we're here outside of coming on the radio and encouraging other people. And for me, I think it's important to let others, our listeners, know that we aren't just a mother and a daughter show. We're not just a mother and daughter who comes on She's the Boss Radio to talk about encouragement. But we do so many other things. You all do a YouTube channel that it has a lot of components. So as I looked at it the other day, I think the most inspirational one that I've seen was the story about Raven with her speech impairment. They corrected me after all of these years, but that was touching because a lot of people don't understand what someone goes through when they're speaking and they don't feel like they're being heard or they're not being understood. And some of the things that I heard her say, I'm her mother, and after 19 years, I never even knew. What what prompts you all to do the stories that you do on your YouTube channel?
Well, we do understand that there's so much going on in the world, and we absolutely have our research team. Shug is all over that. But these are stories that we've actually been through and that we feel like somebody else might be going through and they haven't really had. So when we did the my story, it wasn't like a, hey, feel sorry for me, to turn the tables around a little bit. And that's why we gave Raven the opportunity to use her outlet and our platform, because it's, like you said, it's been almost 19 years, almost 20 years, and she hasn't really had the opportunity to speak on it. So we just felt like this was the perfect time, especially with everything going on. People could feel like they're not alone, and that with so much going on, they would have the opportunity to say, yes, I've been in that situation, or yes, because you told the story, Raven, I feel like I can tell my story, or I can open up to somebody that I've felt like I needed to speak to, and I just couldn't.
So another one of the segments that I've seen on your YouTube channel is when you all, the five little ones, actually come together and do different getting to know one another type of things. And I had fun actually trying to record. I don't think that's going to ever make it to the show, but I had fun with that. How do you feel when you're doing those things with your siblings? And you could do that with anybody else, but you actually, you all are carrying something that was developed when you all were 3, and now you are adults. How does that feel to continue that pattern?
It's actually pretty fun. I mean, we are, I'm going to keep mentioning this, but we're all in the situation together with the pandemic, and our lives have, been turned upside down. So having the opportunity with everyone again, it's been life changing. Especially since we tried to do it once and it didn't really come out the way we wanted it. So with the rebranding, it's just an opportunity because we're all together. So it's not like we have to worry about not having time to film or not having time to determine what content we want. because we have that time and we have our cell phones, so we can just be like, hey, we need to come up with a meeting day. What do you guys want to do this day, and what are you thinking as far as content? So it's kind of like with our YouTube, it's kind of our job, it's our new baby. So we have to actually take the time to figure out what we want to do. So with having a sister bond, it's like a different perspective. Like you said, we could do it with anybody, we could do it with friends, but our friends won't know us as well as our sisters do. So.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, it makes me feel proud to be your mothers because, to have kids that get along, that's not happening like nowadays. But off the radio, I won't tell y'all business, but it's not the same. I mean, off the YouTube channel, but it's just a blessing. And I just want to let you all know, the listeners, go to the YouTube channel, Grow with Flo, FLO, because there's going to be some fun stuff. They're bringing me into some stuff, and I'm going to use my confidence to just step out and do what they want me to do. Sometimes I don't know, but it was funny because they tried to get me one day, and that just did not work. That was like, I'm the cool mom. Yeah, so they have a lot to do to get to me, but stuff. You just got finished being in a virtual pageant, and I'm going to kill it. So you can tell us what that pageant winning that you did.
Yes, it was the Miss East Coast USA pageant. It was the second city virtual pageant because normally they have state pageants, but with the this pandemic, they decided to host two virtual pageants, and instead of having states, it was city, and I just thought that was so amazing. So that pageant, I won Miss East Coast USA. I'm trying to say it right too because the first day versus when they announced it is kind of different. So I think it's Miss Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, okay.
East Coast USA, something like that. I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna let you guys know because it is on the US Facebook page, so you can go check that out also. But that just means that I will be going to nationals. This is my first nationals. I am super excited. I will be in Jersey in September, so I'm just super excited.
So stay tuned because we're going to talk about that. It's going to happen. I mean, that's that confidence building. We're talking about confidence building. And when you didn't win the first one and the second one, you just continued, and now you have your title. You're going to come on here next week or a couple of weeks with your, what is it called, your sash and your crown. I'm excited for you. And then, like I said, you are doing some amazing things. But I want to switch from you to me.
Absolutely.
Because if it's me, then, we're together. And we are working on a virtual summer camp. Mm-hmm. And that is like amazing to me because we are going to take youth across wherever at this point, and we have 25 youth workers.
We reached our goal.
Yes, we have 25 youth workers. We have so far 5 volunteer workers.
6. I have
6 volunteer workers who are between the ages of 14 and 24, and they're going to go out and they're going to help us do a Zoom a Zoom summer camp. Our participants get to do arts and crafts. They get to go out and do stuff, water play, and they also get their 30 minutes of reading time, which will be guided by our youth workers, and they'll also be getting academic skills. I don't know where they're going to do that at, but I know that we will be doing that at Grace Beyond the Wall Summer Camp at Barnish the Grace Connections. And we also have, and this is what I'm really excited about, we also have youth who are actually running the program. These are youth who have gone through the program, have been with us at least 6 years, between 5 and 6 years. And they are giving up their time. They're not asking for finances. And we're able to reach youth on a regular basis. And I don't know if I would be able to the team And we're going to bring some of them onto the show over the next couple of weeks so that they can talk about how they feel and why they got involved. You can get involved. Facebook listeners, radio listeners, you can get involved. You can email us at b2gconnectionsyouth@gmail.com. Email us, find out what it is that we're doing, how you can help. We go out now currently and give out snacks to kids in the city, some in East Baltimore County. If they continue to do their schoolwork, we're going to do this until the last week of school. And we just want to continue to promote our youth. So that's just a part of what I'm doing. But when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about what we do in the community and why we do it. And we're going to connect it and bring it all together, the confidence side of it. So, Jaya, do you have any last words before we go off of air for the in the next minute or so?
Definitely come back with us in a few minutes and let us know some of the confidence that you have been bringing to your community.
Read it out, lady.
You want those? You want those?
What? Okay, Facebook listeners, I guess it's my turn. It's my turn. If you have any comments, any suggestions, anything you would like us to talk about in our next segment, just send us up, send us a message on Facebook. Go to the V Lounge. Go to www.shesthebossradio.com, and I'll spell it out for you. It's www.shesthebossradio.com. Send us a message on the V Lounge so we can talk to you, so we can get back with you. This is probably like one of the most exciting times that I have had the pleasure of doing. Working side by side with my children during this pandemic, working side by side with Jaya, being excited because she believed in what I was doing. She believed in the encouragement from us to you, and we're able to go out and we're able to reach the masses just by sitting down and having a conversation. So have a conversation with us. I see there's so many people from different walks of life. There's so many people who are joining us, and we appreciate it. I mean, I'm looking at 3 different cameras, and I know there's another one, but we are very excited. Angie, I thank you. Raven, I thank you. You know, everybody that's on Jaya's Facebook page. We're gonna come back and we're gonna pump this up a little bit more. When you see us in June, we're gonna be bringing guests on. It's not gonna just be about Jaya and I, because there's so many other people who are out here giving back. There's so many other people out here encouraging, and we just want you, our listeners, to join us, to go on this ride with us.
Yeah, guys, we are not. This bending is not for us. All right, but definitely continue to comment. Let us know what you guys are thinking. We can see all of the comments. We have less than 30 minutes left on the show, and it is going to be great. It's going to be encouragement. We're going to be talking about confidence and different concepts. Oh, you can't see me. Confidence and different concepts, but it's not about us. It's about all of us, and we're just using some of the things that we do as examples. So we are going back.
Okay.
10 seconds, please.
Welcome back to the Encouragers, everyone. When we left, we were talking about some of the things that we have going on, and now we're just going to pin it back into confidence, our topic for the week.
Okay, so I just wanted to finish the conversation that we started because we talked about you and your pageant stuff, yeah, pageantry. I think that's the right word. We also talked about our youth program. And I just wanted to let the listeners know a little bit about what I do. I do a lot.
So
I
much.
do more than you can even imagine because without the gift from God, I wouldn't even be able to do it. So when I think about the many things that I'm doing now, I just got finished writing in my fifth book as a contributing author. I'm working on my own project that will be out before the end of this year. I have confidence that that's going to happen, but I'm also working to help other people start businesses, nonprofits, things like that. And I believe that there's never a shortage of nonprofits or even businesses. But what's important is what are you going to do with those things? Because some people come to me and they say, you know what, I want to start a business, but I don't know how. I want to start a business, but I don't believe I have the confidence to do it. And what I would say to that person is, you don't know what you're going to be able to accomplish until you start it. If you never start it, you'll never know if you can finish it. So I think that for me, the many umbrellas that God has me under, I think it's for the betterment of the community. And that's the last thing that you talked about was we do this so that we can help our community. And Jaya asked the question, what are you doing to help your community? What kind of confidence building are you using to go out and feed those who are in need, to go out and provide toiletries for those who are in need, to support the children who are at home while we're going through this pandemic, and the parents that have to actually be home with those children. And I laugh a lot of times because as an educator, I'm always reminded that parents don't get the opportunity to see what us as educators get to see on a daily basis. The most a parent who has a kid who's in public school will get to see their kid on a regular basis, Monday through Friday, from 7 o'clock to about 4 o'clock, is in the summertime. And they're probably going with their grandparents or whatever, summer camps, and they still don't get that full experience. But it's like right now, I just giggle inside because there's some of those children that I'm like, oh, you get to spend time with your parent. I'm so happy. But it's that. But as an educator, and I just came back a little bit. But as an educator, I think my job again is to build the confidence in young people, to build confidence in those who are around me. So parents, while you're home during this pandemic, because we know the kids aren't going back to school this year, build confidence in them. They're gonna get on your last nerve, but it's still your responsibility to let them know it might be hard, but you can do it. You can get through it. You might not have got an A this time, but just work to get a C the next time. And it's that confidence building that allows our children, our babies, to be the successful men and women that they become. Because as Raven said on her YouTube show, she said there was a teacher who felt like she wasn't going to be able to do it and that she wasn't a good example for the next person. But what would have happened if that teacher would have said, you know what, Raven, you read that book, you could use a little bit more work, but you did an excellent job. What would have happened to Raven's confidence if she had that kind of person? So I think that our jobs is to encourage those who are around us and build their confidence enough for them to say, you know what, if they can do it, then I can do it.
Oh, absolutely. I was just about to say, you mentioned earlier about you're not sure what grades you're teaching at, but I think either way, starting at a younger age is the best because you're able to grow their confidence. You're able to see them while they are still blossoming and blooming, and you have the power to say, yes, this class, you're going to get a grade for, but don't focus on the grade. Focus on what you're going to learn and what you can use in the future. So I just thought that was really cool.
Don't focus on the grade. That was the thing that tore my confidence to pieces. Because I always felt that I didn't measure up to my friends. And we said we were going to talk about this, so thank you for leading us into it. I thought that I did not measure up. All the way until my early 40s, I felt like I could not measure up to the next person. Why? Because I didn't dress like that. My grades weren't like the next person. My thought process was not like the next person, because I don't know how many times I've had somebody to tell me how I felt was not the way that I was supposed to feel. And those things were breaking down my confidence slowly but surely. And something amazing happened, which caused me to realize that my confidence doesn't lie in that person that got an 85 and I got a 65. That my confidence doesn't lie in that person who has one kid and is able to provide beyond measures, and I had five, and I did the best that I could do. My confidence doesn't lie in that. I had to also learn that my confidence does not lie in my relationships. Male, female, sister, brother, mother, father, my confidence does not rely on them. So just because I feel a certain way or I believe a certain way, that's me. And I had to get to a place where I was okay with that. You may not understand me. I may not be that person in the in crowd, but I'm okay with me. And confidence building starts there. When you understand that you're not the same as the next person, because none of us are alike, but when we understand that, we are able to process better. We're able to walk graciously. Because I didn't want to, and it's funny because I thought about this morning. I struggled with putting on nice clothes. I struggled with speaking a certain way because I always felt like there was all of these people that were better and I wasn't going to measure up anyway. So why did I even try? But once I started understanding, like, I don't have to be other people, I started feeling like, oh, I can walk in my walk. Just because I have a doctorate, I'm close to a doctorate degree, does not mean that I'm better than anybody, and I can be okay with that. I don't have to be better because I have an education. I have to be me. I don't have to be better because I have a certain kind of job. I just have to be me. So how do you feel about that? What do you see about in that?
I definitely agree. And obviously, everybody is different, and that's something I have to remind myself every day, especially when I'm trying to. I'm not going to be like the person that held the position before me. I'm not going to be able to have the same grace as that person, have the same confidence as that person, because I am me and that person is that person. So um, it's just, we always struggle with that, and we always have to remind ourselves, you are you. You are confident, you're beautiful, you're handsome, you are the person you're supposed to be, but we just have to continue to remind ourselves, because you can remind yourself one day and then still feel like you're comparing yourself to somebody the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So Jasmine has the sticky notes all over her wall.
I love it.
I've been trying to get myself to do it, but it's been kind of difficult. So she's like my inspiration. Obviously, you can't compare yourself to anybody, but having those sticky notes or those messages, affirmations to remind you that you're not like anybody else, even if you're a twin, you are your separate person.
Absolutely.
It's just amazing to me.
Yes, and I agree. We can't be the other person, but we can admire the other person. We can remind them that we appreciate that thing that we're doing in that they're doing in our lives without coveting that those things. Like I want to have your sticky notes. No, I admire you because although I want to do it, I haven't got to that level yet. Although I love the way that you, Jaya, walk in your walk and you go out and you're not afraid to meet people. I can't covet that. I just have to watch you and wait because that's just not me right now. But when we get to that point, then that's the height of our confidence building. We have a couple more minutes, and we're going to go to our last break. But as we're preparing to go to our last break, I want to remind you to go to she'sthebossradio.com. Join the V Lounge. We're here every Saturday from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have the Nurses Lounge. I believe that's from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. We have Sharon's Neighborhood. I think that comes on at 1 o'clock. So I'm trying to think of all of them. There's a Thursday show. There's a sports show. She's the Boss Radio is 24/7. You can come on here. They have some hot music. I love their music. And just come on and visit and see what we're doing. We'll be back. As we come back, we're going to start closing out our segment.
Last break, y'all.
All right. And I keep accidentally turning that, and that is not my plan. Okay. So this is our last break, everyone. I don't see any comments, so I'm guessing that we're doing pretty good today. Um, oh, I forgot. We did talk a little bit about the YouTube channel. You guys go check out Grow with Flow, GROW with WITH Flow FLO, and that has so many different contents and concepts. We try to prank. Hasn't really worked out yet, but we also have story time. Um, so this is our almost at is 4:47. So that just means that it's almost 5 o'clock, which means that if you do have any questions or comments, you can mention them before the show is over. All right, so I'm gonna go take my seat. You guys can listen to the music for a little bit, watch us interact, and also listen to the music because my legs are not meant for this bending position, and I don't even think I'm doing it right. But we will be back with you guys in about 2 minutes, maybe less. So we're good. All right.
Oh my God. Lady.
Good? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to show you. Okay.
If you can hear, then you see I'm dancing. But we are getting ready to get back.
15 seconds, please.
15 seconds.
You look so hot.
And you're back.
Welcome back to the Encourager Show.
Welcome back.
We are the Encouragers on She's the Boss Radio. .com, www.she'sthebossradio.com. We are on Alexa. We are on, what is that,
TuneIn.com, Periscope, Facebook, Twitter,
I'm trying to
Instagram, YouTube. We are all over.
Ustream. We are on Zoom. We are on Twitch. We are on She's the Boss Radio. We're also on growwithflo on YouTube as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we are really excited about what the Barry family is doing with She's the Boss Radio. I'm excited about what God is about to do on Lakita, because when we came about the last time we was here, we were just doing Facebook and She's the Boss Radio, but she's doing a lot. I mean, she's doing a whole lot.
A lot of work. Thank you.
Yes. So, and L technical guy back there, Mr. Michael Bird, we want to give props to him as well. So, as we prepare to close out today, and the little bit of time that we have, I really just want to speak to you. I want to speak to you who are dealing with those issues of rejection, those issues of abandonment, those issues of feeling like you just can't. If I'm talking to you, there's no need to try to call and all of that stuff, because I don't have a number. But what I want you to do is look at yourself, because one of the things that I had to learn is I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That's the word of God. There's no turning away from it. I can't compare myself to anybody else. I can't be who everybody wants me to be. But when I look in the mirror, I know that I have to be who God has called me to be. I have to be Trivia. I have to be Trivia Payne. I have to be First Lady Payne. I have to be Mother Payne. I have to be Wife Payne. I have to be a lot of me. And I have to be okay with who God has entrusted me to be and who He's called me to be. So when you look in that mirror, remember who God called you to be. Everybody will not like you. Everybody will not love you. Everybody will not be your cheerleader. That's just a part of life. But when you have the confidence in knowing that you are the best you that you can be, you're going to be able to exceed far past the average. You're going to be able to know without a shadow of a doubt that that person that you're looking at in the mirror is destined for great, destined for greatness. They're destined for just the unimaginable. You can do whatever you believe God has called you to be. You can go out and start your business. You can write your book. But you have to know within you that you are going to do what it is that you said that you're going to do. I was a mother of 5. I was technically I was a high school dropout. But when I look at me now, if I didn't walk in what I believed I was called to walk in, I wouldn't be where I am today. See, people don't know half of my story. You can look at me and you can think you know where I came from. But my confidence is in Christ. My confidence is in knowing that if I stop, I will never accomplish what God has prepared for me. So looking at yourself, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I can start my business. I can go back to school. I can be the best mother that I can be for me.
And I had to laugh just now because I was just thinking about that. I was going to say, you have to look in the mirror, and spiritual or not, that's the perfect way to put it. That's confidence. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens him. Um, so your confidence is inside of you. if you want to let it out, you have to let it out. You can't worry about what anybody else thinks about your confidence or how you decide to dress your confidence or address your confidence. Your confidence is the thing that makes you a spark. That makes you. You're smart. Because without confidence, you're just gonna be there and you're not going to have the opportunity to speak what you want to speak, to say what you want to say. But with your confidence, you are heard and you are seen.
I love it. I love it. I think that we had a really good show. I think that, and it's not about my thoughts, but I think that God did what He had to do with us today. And as I prepare to move on to another week, I'm reminding myself that when I get up in the morning, as I'm saying, my thank you God for waking me up, I have to also look in the mirror and remind myself that I am who God called me to be. My confidence is not in man. My confidence is in Christ. And my confidence is going to be that thing that allows me to continue to prosper. It's not about finances because Lord knows I look at my bank account. But every day that I get up, I see God's hand at work. I don't I don't know everything. I don't know the big picture, but I know for me as I go through this week, myself that although I'm not where I'm going to be, I'm where God wants me to be.
Absolutely. So, with the time that we do have left, we just want to tell you guys that we're always here 4 to 5 on Saturdays on She's the Boss Radio and all of these many platforms that will continue to grow. If there's anything you guys ever want to let us know or you want us to mention on air, or if you want to just share your story, reach out to us. The characters on Facebook, She's a Boss Radio Network, the V Lounge. There are so many ways to get your story out. There are so many ways to express your confidence, but you have to be ready. It's not just gonna come when you want it to.
So I just thank you, Jaya, for allowing this to be a great process, a smooth process. And one thing that I do want to remind the listeners of is here because God wants us to be here. We're able to encourage through the good times, the bad times, the hard times, the easy times. We're able to do that because God allows us to do that. And while we're preparing to close, I just want to remind you that we don't always come on here in the best of spirits. We don't always come on here not having to deal with life situations, but we're able to encourage others because we encourage ourselves. And today is a great day. I mean, we're just beyond measures excited. But today is a great will be our first week in June. Starting June, we're going to invite special guests. And I can't say who else special guests will be next week,
Stay tuned.
but it's definitely going to be a blessing because we are tapping into those who also encourage us as we encourage you.
And before we close, do you want to tell everyone the stylist?
Oh yeah, if you're looking at my hair and I love it.
We didn't get to do our business shout out today.
Yes,
but
we did not do our business shout out, but I do want to give a shout out to Lock and Love Salon, and it's on Liberty Road. Awesome prices, awesome stylists, and they do everything from locks to sewings.
So definitely check them out, you guys. So we will definitely see you next week on She's the Boss Radio Network and all of the different platforms.
And all of the different platforms with the encouragers. And again, join the YouTube. And I'm going to say this right because I might be on there this week. I just need you to go to Grow with Flow on YouTube and like, comment, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. I'm going to get that right one day. There's so many fun things. And like I said, you may see me on there this week.
And actually, I'm going to mention this really quickly. If you are subscribed, definitely be on the lookout for our 50 subscriber giveaway today, as well as our 100 subscriber giveaway coming soon.
Oh yeah, they reached their 100 mark. Exciting. Continue to tell your friends. Continue to share. And until next week, we are the Encouragers. I'm Trivia.
I'm Jaya.
Have a great day.
All right, guys, so I'm closing out, but thank you for joining us. See you next week.
Let's study the call. We found more this thing.